Quite interesting news coming out of Nairobi that one NRM General Miguna has been deported from Nairobi, that is currently on a flight to Dubai, flight EK722. Quite unfortunate, but also politically interesting, so to speak. Up until before he was deported the first time in February, to most of us, Miguna was of less political value. He was politically harmless guy of less political capital. But this continued incarceration has actually earned him some support among Kenyans, especially following the handshake. There were people who felt that it was not the right time. There were people, especially on the extreme left, that felt that it was not the right time. So these are the kind of people that now may actually move to Miguna. So we don't know what actually triggered the government to act very fiercely against Miguna, to employ such kind of heavy machinery against Miguna to prevent him from gaining entry or even to deport him at the first place. We don't know. We can't be able to put the dots together because he's a guy who is of less political value, but we don't know. There are so many conspiracy theories there about maybe somebody wanting to create an alternative voice in Nyanza, or somebody wants the issue of the peace rallies to continue without any distraction or something else. But be it as it may be, Miguna has been deported, and now we're going to look at the consequences. One of the outcomes is that Miguna has gained the support among Kenyans, especially those on the left. He has gained some support, especially the courage he demonstrated the other day when he was being shoved into flight EK77, when he literally said he's not going to board, and they did not board, fighting off 40 heavily armed security or GSU police was not a mean feat, and shouting about his rights. That was quite interesting, especially for the younger generation to see. So that earned him some support, but also the kind of things that he talks, the kind of issues that he normally raises, they are interesting to some people to read now that Odinga or Raila has gone with the handshake. And you know, the other NASA people are also crying about some small positions. So people feeling that they don't have an alternative, and therefore Miguna may fill the void. Now, moving forward, for Miguna actually, hopefully is well, hopefully he'll reach home in Toronto in good health and in good shape, and is able to wake up tomorrow and remember what's happening. For him now moving forward, Miguna needs to define what he wants to do. The first thing is to set objective, set goals, and then decide a way how you get to attain those goals. So politically speaking, Miguna needs to decide or to define his enemies. He can't be fighting everybody right, left, and center. You can't be abusing Uhuru Kenyatta. You can't be abusing Raila Odinga. You can't be abusing William Ruto. You can't be abusing other NASA principals. Literally everybody at the same time. Miguna needs to specialize. Focus on who your enemy is and focus on that aspect. You can't antagonize everybody and expect to take over leadership. Kenya is a highly emotional country. People are very emotional. Like now, the people are emotional with Miguna. They want to be in solidarity with him. But equally, Kenyans forget very fast. Equally, Kenyans are very tribal. So Miguna needs to consider these dynamics and come up with a good roadmap and stick to it. The problem with Miguna is that he never takes advice. He's never really focused. Even if he says Raila is not focused, I think Miguna is the one who is not more focused. He doesn't know even how to work with people. So there are so many things he needs to put in place for his vision or his objective to be attained. One of it is to identify who are his really good friends. Can he be able to work with some people so these people can open doors for him to be able, for example, to fundraise? But above all, he needs to identify who the real enemy is. If he wants to assume that his real enemy is Raila Odinga, I'm sorry, he might not make progress, but he can make noise just like in 2013 and 2017 and get his 2,000-3,000 votes. If he wants to say that his enemy is William Ruto, well, good luck with him. He needs to really organize and come up with a proper roadmap. If he wants to say that Uhuru Kenyatta is his enemy, Uhuru is retiring. But if he wants to criticize the regime, that is also a good move, but it needs to be structured and to address these things without necessarily having other side shows, because once you introduce other side shows, you lose the plot and you lose also some key support base. So we wish Miguna well, but we wonder how it will end, especially the fact that he never gets to listen. He is not able to work with other people, but we wish him well and see how it goes.